present? Okay, we'll start because it will become late afterwards. We have limited time for our class. You could hear me clearly? All of you could hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start now. We have to learn today classification of acids and bases. You're familiar with now what acids are and what bases are, isn't it? Acids means the substance which is having H plus ions more in more quantity, as well as bases are the substances which are having OH minus in more quantity. Okay, so it depends on hydrogen ion as well as hydroxyl ions. The amount of hydrogen ion as well as the amount of hydroxyl ion present in that substance. But again, the substances are classified according to whether they are strong or whether they are weak. Okay, so we will classify again the substances, acids, bases, and salts, whether they are strong as well as weak. Some salts are acidic and some salts are basic. Okay, so let's study about what they are. I think you have studied that in standard 7. So let's see. Weak acid or either the strong acid. Strong acid means the amount of hydrogen ion is more. Okay, only hydrogen ion is there in that substance. Hydroxyl ion is not there at all in that substance. So if there are only hydrogen ion, that means that substance is acidic. You could hear me, all could hear me clearly? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
So now here you could see the board clearly. Board, no,
Yes.
HL, HBr, HNO3 and H2SO4. HCl, recording started. HCl is hydrochloric acid. Here you could see hydrogen ion is there. Okay. HBr, that is hydrogen bromide. Here hydrogen is present, that is hydrogen ion is present. HNO3, that is nitric acid. So here also hydrogen, and H2SO4, you are familiar with this. It is sulfuric acid. Here the presence of hydrogen ion. So HCl, these are strong acids. Weak acids. Now what weak acids means? They have hydrogen also as well as hydroxyl ion also. Here you could see hydrogen is there and carbon dioxide is there. That means oxygen is there. So this acid, that is carbonic acid. Okay. See the name of this acid. Don't mute yourself, because on my screen I am sharing two screen. One is from my mobile and another one is from the laptop. My mobile, like you, I am connected with the with online class. Okay. So if you talk in between, then my screen will go and your screen will come. Okay, that you must be knowing. So let's see here. Carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is a weak acid because it has oxygen also in that. So that this oxygen, when dissociation takes place, this oxygen can mix with hydrogen to form hydroxide or hydroxide. This acid, it is vinegar or acetic acid, CH3COOH. You will find your hydrogen ion is also there and hydroxyl ion is also there. So here this acid is a weak acid because there is a presence of hydroxyl also with hydrogen ion. We will study about again the strong base. Strong base means there is no hydrogen ion. There is only hydroxyl ion. Okay. So with the substance, if hydroxyl ion is present or with any element, then that substance becomes basic in nature. So all metals are basic in nature. Okay. So when metals react with, could see, many metals, if they are burned, they become basic in nature, or either if the substance gets mixed with hydroxyl ion, then it becomes basic in nature. So these are strong bases because they have hydroxyl ion in them and no hydrogen ion. Okay. Here you could see weak base. Weak base is ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH. So this is ammonia and this is hydroxide. So H here, hydrogen ion is also there and OH ion is also there. Because of hydrogen ion in them and OH ion is also there. That means this base becomes weak base because it is having acidity more. Okay, so it is having basicity or acidity that depends on the presence of hydrogen ion or presence of hydroxyl ion. So this base becomes acidic base. Okay, so we will call it as weak base because basicity is less and acidity is more. That means hydrogen ions are more and hydroxyl ion is less. So this is ammonium hydroxide. There is a speciality of ammonia. Ammonia has different formula, NH4, NH3. Okay, so NH4, wherever NH4 is there, it is acid, and whenever NH3 is there, it is base. Only if NH4 only it is NH4, then it becomes acid, and if only NH3 it becomes base. So we call this ammonia as amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric, behaving like amphibian animal, acid also and base also. Okay, so ammonia is amphoteric in nature because if it is ammonia is NH4, it is acid, you can write down, and if it is NH3, it is base. Okay, now all those things you will write down about strong acid, strong base, as well as weak acid and weak base and their examples, what they are. We will proceed further. Acidity of acid and basicity. Acidity of bases and basicity of acid. Just now I have told you the number of H plus ions sustainable by the dissociation of one molecule of an acid is called basicity. No, any substance, if dissolved in water, it gives out H plus ion. The number of H plus ion when it is giving out, we say that basicity of acid. Okay, and acidity of bases means the number of OH minus ion given out while dissociation. So that is called the acidity of base. Okay, so when it is giving out, see here, when H plus ion will be given out, so that substance is going to become base more and acid. Okay, so that acid, when it is losing H plus ion, that time it is going towards the basic nature. And when basis keeps on losing OH minus ion, then it becomes acidity. It comes towards the acidity. So it depends on its dissociation, giving out of H plus ion or OH minus ion. Concentration of acids and bases we have to study. When do we say the substance is concentrated? The substance is just H plus ion and OH minus ion. Depends on only these two things, whether they are acid or whether they are base. If the proportion of H plus ion is more, then we say that the concentration of acid is more. That means the acid is more concentrated. Okay. If OH minus ions are more, that means it is base is more concentrated. So it is just a simple thing. In your usual, when you say it is concentrated, concentration means suppose I have taken, no, there is a just I have peeled up the lemon and taken this. Now if you just put your finger and taste it, you will find it is more sour to taste, correct? So I will say that it is very concentrated. And to lower down its concentration, what I'll do, I'll add water, or either I'll add salt to make it neutral. Okay, so you can change the concentration of the substance by changing its proportion of H plus or OH minus ion, or making it, giving it towards, taking it towards neutral. That is, it can become neutral when both these things are together. Okay, suppose H plus, only H plus ion is there and OH minus ion is there. If you bring these two things together, what it will happen? React these two with each other. You will find it will turn into water. Okay, so that is the neutral substance. Okay, so water is a neutral substance. We have the neutralization of acids and bases that we will see afterwards. Neutralization. Neutralization was there before. We don't have. Okay. We'll study first the neutralization of a substance. Neutralization means when acids and bases react with each other, that you are going to study in 10th standard. But still, if you want to lower down the concentration of acid, if acid is more, no, it is very, very concentrated. So we have to, in water, we have to add acid, or either in that acid you have to add some base. So you will able to lower down the concentration of acid. Same thing happens in our body. If acidity is more in our body, doctor suggests to take the basic substance. Okay, that milk of magnesia or gelusil, it is a basic substance. When you take that, you lower down the acidity of your stomach. Okay, so that means we are making that solution neutral. Okay, so how to make the solution neutral? When acid and base react with each other, acid plus base react with each other, they give salt and water. Okay, when acid and base reacts with each other, it forms salt and water. We'll take one example of acid. Acid will take it as HCl, base we will take it as NaOH. HCl is strong acid, NaOH is strong base. Okay, so here now how they are going to react. And Cl will mix or react with Na, so we will get NaCl, and hydrogen ion will react with hydroxyl ion to get H2O. Okay, so we got HCl, that is acid, plus base gives salt and water. This is your salt. Salt means the combination of metal and non-metal. Okay, so here why don't this H react with Na? Because chlorine is more reactive towards Na, that is metal, and the other one is non-metal. Okay, so what is neutralization? We have made the substance neutral. Okay, how we have made the substance neutral? By mixing in each other. Strong acid, strong base gives you salt and water. If weak acid is there, just pay attention, weak acid. If acid is weak and base is strong, even though you are going to get salt and water, but which type of salt you will get? If acid is weak and if base is strong, Which type of salt we get? We get acidic salt. And water. You know that ENO is an acidic salt. The ENO which you take for lowering down the problem of your stomach, that ENO is acidic salt. Okay. So when weak acid mixed with strong base, we get acidic salt and water. If strong acid is there, no, this salt will become basic salt. Na? This salt will become basic salt, not acidic. Huh? This salt will become, you cannot hear me? Voice is not coming?
Yes, coming.
Coming, no? Okay. You increase the volume of your laptop or wherever you are listening, no? Then you increase, okay? Just see. See, when we mix weak acid plus strong base, we get basic salt and water. If acid is strong and base is weak, now we will get acidic salt and water. Okay. So this is a reaction of neutralization. Even though in neutralization reaction, it depends upon what type of acid and bases you are mixing. Then now I am going to show you some experiment. Before that, just some explanation is there. How to find out a substance is more acidic or bases, that we have discussed, that presence of H plus ion and OH minus ion. The amount of H plus ion and the amount of OH minus ion tells you that the substance is whether they are acidic or basic. Now, how to calculate or how to find out whether H plus ion is more or less? So, naturally, we are going to use an indicator to find out the substance, whether it is more acidic or whether it is having H plus ion more or OH ion more or either less. So, that substance or that measurement, we call it as find the pH of a substance. P means potence. Potence of a substance. Potence means the strength. No, the word potence or potence, it means the strength. So strength of H plus ion or POH. We can find POH also. So potence of OH ion. So pH means the acidity, or POH means it's a basicity of the substance, but usually we say pH only whether it is acid or bases. So it is having a scale. That range we measure it in with the help of a scale. Scale doesn't mean, if I say scale, you will in front of your eyes you will get a ruler. That is a ruler, and on that ruler we have 1, 2, 3. That division is called as scale. Okay, so pH is measured in a form of a scale. So that starts from 0 to 40. Okay, this scale is from 0 to 14, and in between is the 7. From 0 to 1, that is 1. 8, 9, 10 goes on. Now the substance, if I say if the substance is having pH 1, if the substance is having pH 1, that means that substance is acidic. Okay, so from here, from 1 to 6 or 6.9 also, if pH is 6.9, I will say that the substance is acidic. If the substance is having pH from 8 to 14, If the substance having pH 8 to 14, then that substance is basic. It is basic in nature. If the pH is 1 to 6, that substance is acidic in nature. If the pH is 8 to 14, then that substance is basic in nature. If the pH is 7, only 7, then that substance is neutral. That means it is salt or either it is pure water. Okay. So that substance is called as neutral. So now we will see how to find out the pH of a substance. I hope you have understood. The pH scale starts from 0 to 14 and pH of a substance starts from 1. So if pH is 4, if I ask you if pH is 4, that means which nature the substance is? That substance is acidic. If I say that the pH of a substance is 9, then that substance is basic. Okay, now let's see how to find out the acid and base pH. I have one bottle here with me. Okay, this bottle is an universal indicators bottle. You will find on this bottle there are could see the lines. Then see this color chart on this bottle. No, okay, so this color chart is the pH. So whenever I am mixing this indicator, okay, in any substance, it gives the different types of, it gives these different types of color, and I will match that substance with this color and find out the pH. So this indicator is called as universal indicator. The specialty of universal indicator is it is a mixture of all the, it is a mixture of all the indicators. Could see the colors. So I have some substance from home. So I did not go to school and get this, and we'll find out. So usually some indicators you have used is your pH papers. No, that is litmus papers, red litmus and blue litmus and red litmus. So these are your litmus paper. You must be familiar with that. Okay. As well as we have pH paper also. Could see this is a pH paper, green in color. If it is asked what is the color of universal indicator, then you have to give the color of universal indicator is green or yellowish green in color. Okay. So this is an universal indicator which I have removed out from the bottle. I got it from Kini madam. If you happen to meet her, please say thank you to her because she has provided me this universal indicator as well as the pH paper. Okay. So we'll make some solution. I'll show you the experiments. Okay, there are some of those substances on my table I have removed out. Okay, this is lemon juice. Already I have squeezed the lemon, you could see. Lemon is already squeezed in that. This is salt. This is the detergent powder. Okay. And this is a soda, that is baking soda. And pure water. So I'll mix water in that so that I have to use the indicator. So every substance I will dilute. So let it get dissolved. Okay, first we will check it with the help of pH paper and then I'll put indicator in that. soda hai na. You could see, everybody could see, no? Okay, now I'll take pH paper here, strips of pH paper, and then make it small pieces and dip it in. See, now this pH paper is also having the color chart on it, as well as this color chart will tell you the pH. pH is also written on it. Okay, so I'll dip the pH paper in the substance. You will find see it has changed to red in color. The color is not seen clearly. And then you have to match it with the help of the pH. It is giving pH 3. It is giving pH 5. Okay, it is lemon. Next is the salt. Salt, it is turning green in color. You could see it is changing green in color. So it is having pH 7. I think so you could see. Next is the detergent powder. It is detergent powder. You could see it is having little blue in color. Okay, so its pH is 10. And then is the baking soda. The pH paper is not reacting properly. Okay, so it is 9. I will add universal indicator and tell you. So this way you have to do. Just you must be knowing how to do it with the help of the papers, because we have already used the litmus paper. But this type of reaction is different. Okay. This is green in color. So we'll use the universal indicator in every substance. I will put the indicator. Now in school they must have shouted. They're not together, na? Huh? Water is acidic. Now we have to match the color with this color chart. You could see now here this water which I have taken, it has turned to acidic. It will change after some color. It will become green. Okay, I have to add more indicator in that. Okay, you have to match this color with this bottle and then pH. You have to tell the pH. Got? This is lemon juice. I have to match the color of the lemon juice with that pH indicator. Okay, so see what is the pH, because there you could see opposite mirror image it is. So find out what the pH is. 9, how this is acid. Okay, so it will be 3 or 4 pH, not giving out exactly. Salt. Okay, indicator is very old, so it is not giving proper reaction, but still you should understand how to do, how to match this chart with the given solution. This is the detergent powder. It is basic in nature, you could see, and match its color, and we have to find out the pH. Here the range is given, pH range is given beside that. So you have to match it with that. So blue color indicates it is basic in nature, but how much amount of OH is added, that you have to find out. And then this is the baking soda which I was having at home. You could see the color of the baking soda. Okay, and you have to match its pH with the indicator bottle. So that way we have to use, so what type of, how much pH is there in that, even though it is basic in nature, but I say how much pH it has. It will be having 8 or 9, no, exactly the number is not seen clearly. Okay, it is having 10.9. The pH is here 10.9. It is written here. Its pH is more than 11. Okay, don't share your screen. See this substance, that is lemon juice. No, this. Okay, this is salt which I was using. I was having another type of salt at home, cooking salt. I did not have NaCl. Okay, this salt was Sendau namak, you must have heard. Okay, so that is the salt. So it is little acidic. This is lemon juice. Okay, so it is also acidic. So red to orange color, whatever substance turns, it is acidic, and blue to the ocean green color, so that is basic. Okay, and if the green color, so that is neutral. So this is not green color, water has turned to acidic. Okay, so this is an universal indicator which indicates whether the substance is acidic or basic. You must be knowing your litmus paper, reaction with the litmus paper. Red litmus paper, if I dipped it in, you could see blue litmus paper has changed red. That means this is acidic. Okay, so that way you know to use the litmus paper also. So there is a chart in your book, that is page number 64. You will find the chart and then refer the chart, as well as note down what range the pH. If the pH is 6, then what will be the substance, or what will be the nature of that substance? If the pH is 9, then what will be the range of that, or what will be the nature of that substance? Okay, neutralization also you have understood, I hope so. Time, what is the time now? Your maths class will go, no? 9:20. Okay, we have still time. We will study about the reaction of acids with metals and non-metals. This is very useful reactions or useful thing which is going on in the nature. So reaction of acids, as well as, first we have seen reaction of acid with base, correct? No, if acid reacts with base, it forms salts and water. If acid reacts with metal, so these things are going on in the nature. Acid reacting with metal, any metal you take the example, and when it reacts with metal, it gives out hydrogen gas. Okay, when acid reacts with metal, acid plus any metal will give you any salt and hydrogen gas. Salt plus H2. This is the basic formula. This is the basic formula of finding out how the acid reacts with metal and what will be formed. So this is the formula, like acid plus metal will give you salt and hydrogen gas. Now we'll take one acid and one metal. Okay. So here acid will take it as HCl. Metal we will take it as Mg. And so magnesium, when it is only one atom, when it has to react with, now with whom the magnesium will react? Magnesium will react with chlorine, metal and non-metal. So it will give you the formula MgCl2 plus H2. This is salt, magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas will be released out. So magnesium reacts with two atoms of chlorine, and hydrogen also, when it goes into the atmosphere, it goes into two. So we require two molecules of HCl. Okay, so that one magnesium reacts with two chlorine. This experiment, if you would be in the laboratory, or either last year you must have seen when there is a magnesium ribbon in our laboratory, correct? And if we dip the magnesium ribbon in hydrochloric acid, if you pour hydrochloric acid on it and a burning matchstick is hold on it, you will find there is a pop sound given out. A big sound is given out. That pop sound is, it indicates that hydrogen gas is released out. Why the sound comes? Why the pop sound comes? Because of hydrogen gas. Now, what is the specialty of hydrogen gas? It is combustible gas. So, it burns. So, whenever you are holding a matchstick, it immediately burns and stops there. So, that sound, pop sound, is of combustion of hydrogen gas. So, you will remember. Now, you can take any of those acid and metal, combine it, will get salt and hydrogen. Hydrogen gas will be released out. So just see here, they have given Zn and you have to fill up. So zinc plus any acid, you get ZnCl2 plus H2. So what you require here is two molecules of HCl. Or they have given here ZnSO4. ZnSO4 is given and H2 is given. So which acid is required here? Which acid is required here? H2SO4. So there is sulfuric acid. Okay. So HCl also gives hydrogen gas. Sulfuric acid also, when mixed with, it will give hydrogen gas. Okay. Hope so you have understood reaction of acid with metal. When acid reacts with metal, it gives out salt and hydrogen gas. Okay. Now when acids reacts with non-metal, then what will happen? If acids are reacting with non-metal, acids plus non-metal, we will give salt and water. Non-metal oxides, no? Oxides of non-metal. Non-metal oxides. When acid is reacting with non-metal oxides. Now oxides of metal, oxide of metal and oxides of non-metal. Oxides of metal means metal reacting with oxygen, and oxides of non-metal means metal reacting with non-metal reacting with oxygen. Okay, so their oxides of metal, it is basic in nature, and oxides of non-metal is acidic in nature. You will remember these oxides of metal when magnesium ribbon is burned. That also you must have seen many times. When magnesium ribbon is burned, you will find it gives out a white color ash or white color powder. That white color powder is magnesium oxide. Okay, so any substance mixed with oxygen, anyhow it can be mixed. It can be mixed by combustion, or it can be just by the moist air. Okay, so when iron mixed with oxygen, we get ferrous oxide or iron oxide, that is oxide of metal. So this oxide of metal is basic in nature, and oxide of non-metal is acidic in nature. Now if you, I'll write again here, when acid reacts with oxides of metal, we get, now see here, oxide of metal is basic in nature and acid plus base. We have learned that we get salt and water. That means when acid reacts with oxides of metal, we get salt and water. So when acid reacts with base, now acid will not react with non-metal, oxides of non-metal. Why it will not react? Because it is already acidic. So acid reacting with acid will give you only acid, nothing else. Okay, so its concentration will increase. So acid will not react. But if base reacts with non-metal, then if base reacts with non-metal, if basic substance, base plus non-metal oxide, if base reacts with non-metal oxide, you will get salt and water only, because non-metal oxide is acidic in nature. Okay, so remember all these things. These are very basic terms. So these two things you have to, when acid is reacting with metal, all these reactions are taking place around you in your surrounding. Okay, just now I have given you one example, that is iron. Iron is changing its, no, it become rust, or either it is rusting. That means what is happening? It is mixing with oxygen. It is reacting with oxygen from the nature in presence of moisture or water. Okay, so when iron things are left outside at home, or either left anywhere where there is a moisture, it is going to react with oxygen, and we are going to find the metal oxide. Now this, what you will call it as rust, you will call it as iron oxide, or higher way you will call it as ferrous oxide. Okay, so which nature it is? It is basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic in nature, non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So these reactions are there in your textbook. Please complete this reaction. Okay, you will complete the reaction in the textbook with the pencil, and evening you are going to send me the photo, because many of them, last time also I have told you, only few have sent me the homework, not all. So I will be noting down all the names whoever sent me the homework, because marks have to be given for homework, you remember that. So reaction of base with oxides of non-metal, I have told you. Here examples are given in your textbook. Reaction of base is NaOH, and non-metal it is given as oxide of non-metal. Again I will write here NaOH plus CO2. This is base, NaOH is base, and CO2. Carbon is non-metal, and oxide of carbon or oxide of non-metal, that is carbon dioxide. Okay, so now what is going to react with who is going to react with whom? Now what you have to see here in your textbook, it is given the reaction Na2CO3 plus H2O. Na2CO3 salt and water is formed. This salt Na2CO3, it is soda. Okay, which soda it is? It is washing soda, sodium carbonate, it is washing soda, and sodium bicarbonate, it is baking soda. Okay, just now I have used here baking soda, you have seen. So you get salt and water. This salt is basic salt. Okay, so that way the reactions goes on. So please complete these three reactions from page number 66 and 67. And this lesson is there in your for your exam, for your term. Reaction of acids with carbonates and bicarbonates of metals. When acid reacts with carbonate and bicarbonate. Now what do you mean by carbonate and bicarbonate? Okay, so carbonate means CO3 and bicarbonate means HCO3. Okay, so you have to remember that. So that is, this is carbonate, Na2CO3, Ca2CO3. This is calcium carbonate, sodium carbonate. If I say bicarbonate, then NaHCO3. This is sodium bicarbonate. Okay, HCO3. We call it as bicarbonate. Only CO3, it is carbonate. Carbon and ATE, wherever ATE suffix, that oxygen is present there. So carbon and 8, carbonate, bicarbonate, HCO3. Okay, so please remember, here they have given one example, lime water. You have to prepare lime water. Tuna you have to take, and that today you can do it at home if you have, or buy some tuna which we apply on the pan, no? So that tuna you will take, and then little quantity dissolve it in water, stir it nicely. Water should be very clear, as well as that solution when you add that tuna in water, that also should be very clear. And then keep on blowing air inside from your mouth. If you keep on blowing air inside from your mouth, you will find what you are doing there when you are blowing air inside that solution. You are mixing carbon dioxide. You are giving out carbon dioxide in that solution. And as you keep on blowing air inside, you will find that substance becomes milky. It will turn milky, like milk like. So why it is? There is a reaction taking place, CaOH plus CO2. You are mixing carbon dioxide in that. So when you blow air inside in that lime water, if you have at home, or either buy little that tuna, mix it in water, and that water, that solution should be very clear solution, and keep on blowing air inside, you will find that lime water turns milky. Why it turns milky? There is a reaction here in your textbook, CaOH, that is CaOH2 plus CO2. CaOH2 is your lime water. Lime water doesn't means your limbu pani. Okay, lime doesn't means your lemon. Okay, we say there lemon juice. Lime water, lime means tuna, that is your calcium carbonate or calcium hydroxide is the lime. And you dissolve this in water, CaOH2, dissolve it in water and blow air inside from your mouth, because you are giving more amount of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide will be mixed in that. You will get, what you will get here is, just see, CaCO3 plus water. calcium carbonate. You will get calcium carbonate, that is chalk. You have the chalk, no? In our school we have chalk, that is calcium carbonate. So we'll get that chalk and water. If you wait for some time, that chalk or that calcium carbonate will settle down and water will come up. If you filter it, you will get this. Get this on the filter paper. Okay, or either wherever you have filtering, you will get this, filter it on it. Okay, so that is calcium carbonate, where after this reaction you are going to get calcium carbonate. So types of salts are there that I have discussed with you. Different types of salts are there. I'll stop here. Okay, what's the time? Huh? Okay, still 5 minutes are there. We will proceed, or shall we stop? Proceed or stop? 5 minutes are there. Water of crystallization. Okay, I will give this part with the help of the slides. No slides. I make the slides and send. Like presentation, PowerPoint presentation. I'll send it. The leftover part. It is very easy. No, when salt water you take, I have that day also I have told you. When you take a salt water and dip the two sides of your wire, it has to be connected with electricity. The bulb will start glowing. That means it is a good conductor of electricity. But further, what happens here in that solution of salt, sodium and chlorine is given out. That I'll explain you better with the help of presentation. So today we will stop here. Okay. So take care. Bye. And today did not say prayer. Now some of them did not take the bath also, I think so. So afterwards say
Yes.
the
Miss, what is homework?
homework. I have told no just now all those things. In between all my lecture, I have told you the homework. You did not remember. Again, you will hear if I put the recording on the group. Listen carefully. What homework is? Again, note down. If you want, note down. Classification of acids and bases. That is types of strong acids and strong bases. That is page number 61. From page number 61, you have to do the homework. Acidity and basicity of the substances. Basicity of acids and acidity of bases. Then pH. pH range. That table you will draw. Page number 63. Table is there. pH table is given. That table you will draw. You will write information about universal indicator, as well as you will write what is neutralization and write it with the help of example. One reaction is required of neutralization. Okay, explain neutralization with the help of one example or one reaction. Reaction of acid with metals, that you will explain with the help of example. There is a complete the following reaction in your book, that you have to complete with the help of pencil. Okay, and that is page number 66, page number 67. You will complete the textbook with the help of pencil. So this is your today's homework. Please study. Any doubts still? Everybody?
No.
No doubt?
No.
Who is that? Everybody bring 5 rupees चुन्याची पुडी. Yash Tambe. Yash.
Ambi.
Huh?
Yes, Miss.
And bring it for me also one. So that I would have shown you here. 5 rupees चुन्याची पुडी. Okay, bye. Take care. Stay safe. Don't roam about in the Kankoli. Bye. I'll end here. You have to join maths class.
Yes, miss.
Yes. Bye.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Good morning and thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Good morning.